hṛṣīkēśaḥ. It's a very famous nama, hṛṣīkēśaḥ. Hṛṣīka means center, and īśaḥ means one who controls. hṛṣīkēśaḥ. Senayorubayonamati Savitma Ratottamam. Gita, we have this famous words in the beginning of the Gita itself. Arjuna is Krishna's hṛṣīkēśaḥ. The center. Let us see what Acharya they speak about the word hṛṣīkēśaḥ. hṛṣīkēśaḥ means one who controls the senses of demigods. He is called hṛṣīkēśaḥ. Because the demigods, Hare Krishna, my wife is no okay, sorry. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now it's better? Is it better now? Yes. Okay, thank you. Yes, hṛṣīkēśaḥ means one who controls the senses. What kind of senses? He controls the senses of demigods. Because if demigods, if they have to give any boons without Lord's permission, demigods cannot give anything. Like this, we have this whole body, and then I have this hand as a limb of this body. So if my hand has to give something, I should approve. Without my approval, hand cannot function independently. So in a similar way, demigods are considered like a limb of the Supreme Lord. So whatever demigods they offer, that is actually given by the Lord himself. So if you want to worship anyone, you should worship the person, not the limbs, not the demigods. And he controls the devotee senses also. If you remember in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a Krishna and Rukmini Samvada. Krishna is talking to Rukmini in a very jovial way. So Krishna asks Rukmini, why did you marry me? I'm not such a good person to marry. And he gives various reasons that why you should not marry me. And in that he says, you see, I ran away from Mathura, came in the midst of an ocean and made a city here, sitting inside sitting in the middle of the ocean, having the fear of the enemies. So I don't have any friends. So what kind of person you have married? You can always go back and get married with other person also. In this way, Krishna tries to pull the legs of Rukmini, because Rukmini is a sadhvi. She doesn't talk much. But Satyabhama is not like that. Satyabhama will give immediate answer, but Krishna cannot do anything with Satyabhama. So he is always playing with Rukmini. So Rukmini starts giving answers in Bhagavatam. If you see that answers, so beautiful, how she changes all the words of Krishna as a glorification to Krishna. Whatever Krishna was using to defame himself, but Rukmini turns that words as an actual glorification of her husband. And she says, yes, Krishna, you are afraid and you are sitting in the ocean, in the midst of ocean, that I understand. And you know what is that? That ocean, the midst of ocean, is considered as devotee's heart. So you stay in the hearts of devotees, thinking that this devotee's senses are very dangerous, and these senses can carry away this devotee from the devotion service. So in the fear of this material world, you stay in the hearts of a devotee and save them. So that is what Krishna you are speaking about, controlling. So this is called hṛṣīkēśaḥ. Krishna controls the devotee senses. Sometimes we don't understand how we are able to talk, how we are able to do any kind of service, but Krishna is using us as his instrument. Like Srila Prabhupada always used to say, and I'm just an instrument. Krishna is doing everything. Otherwise, it is impossible for an old man at the age of 70 to cross across the ocean and establishing such a huge movement with nothing in his hand. So Krishna was using him as an instrument. hṛṣīkēśaḥ. He is the controller, and we have to just give uh, ourselves to Krishna so that he can use us in a very expert way. So this is what hṛṣīkēśaḥ means. Otherwise, these senses are very dangerous. It can pull us from into any direction. Once what happened? A rich person in his house, thieves came. Few thieves came, and then they have stolen so many things from that rich person's house. And the person is crying. And then in the morning, the neighbor they come and see the rich person, and they ask, they console. Why do you cry so much? You have anyway, you have so much money, so only little bit is gone. So why do you worry so much? So the rich person says, I'm not worried about what was stolen, but I was worried about what happened yesterday. And he asked, what happened yesterday? Yesterday, these thieves, they have stolen everything, and they made it a big bundle, and they loaded this big bundle in my head, and they asked me to carry to their house, to their home. So this is what makes me, they have stolen from me, and they used me as a porter to carry the stolen things. So this is what makes me sad. So the similar way, the senses, they steal everything from us, and they use us actually to steal everything. So senses, even if you try to satisfy the senses in so many ways, senses won't get satisfied, and it will never leave you to be in a peace. So that's why we should give our senses to the master of the senses. Vichitra deha sampattihi Ishwaraya niveditum. That's what Shastra says. Vichitra deha sampattihi. This deha sampatti means treasure. This is very vichitra, very wonderful treasure what Lord has given us, this body. So for what purpose? Ishwaraya niveditum. This body, this wonderful body, this wonderful treasure like body is given to us only for one purpose, to serve Krishna. Ishwaraya niveditam. So that's called hṛṣīkēśaḥ. He knows how to control the devotee senses so that they will never go away from devotion service. And then hṛṣīkēśaḥ hṛṣīkēśaḥ. hṛṣīkēśaḥ hṛṣīkēśaḥ. So hṛṣīkēśaḥ means hr means harsha, happiness, and e means Lakshmi, and ka means Brahma, and Isha means Shiva. So one who gives happiness to Lakshmi, Shiva, and Brahma is called hṛṣīkēśaḥ. This is another meaning of hṛṣīkēśaḥ. What happened during this Amrita Mantana? Amrita came outside, and then the demons wanted to claim over this Amrita. They have stolen the Amrita pot, and then Mohini has to come. Mohini cheated them, and then she gave this nectar, and then we know the whole pastime. But Shiva was not there. Shiva, he went for taking rest. After drinking this poison, he went to take rest. And then everybody was glorifying about Mohini Murti. Oh, Mohini Murti was so beautiful. She was so beautiful. You missed that form. You missed that darshan. Shiva was thinking, oh, really I missed. So he went and prayed to Krishna. Please, can you show me that Mohini Murti form? And then Lord said, better you don't see that form, because it is meant for bewildering Rakshasas, Asuras, not for you, not for devotee, not for Vaishnava. But Shiva said, no, I want to see. He was insisting. Okay, then what to do? Then Krishna immediately took beautiful form of Mohini. And then she was playing, I don't know. She was playing around with nice ball. And then Shiva could not control himself. He was running around this Mohini, trying to catch her. And then this Mohini was going around the Shiva Saivites ashrama, where the rishis are chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and then they open the eyes and then they see Shiva is running after Mohini. Mohini is running and Shiva is running. And at some point of time, both got bewildered so much. And everything is watched by Parvati. Parvati is watching and Shiva Ganas are watching. And Parvati is so embarrassed. She's thinking, what happened to my husband? He really became crazy. He really became mental, running after a woman. Then after everything is finished, then Shiva comes back. Then Parvati is saying, are you not ashamed? I am so embarrassed because of your behavior. You see, everyone is watching you. You are known to be the controller of Cupid. You have even burned Kamadeva. Yeah. How come you become the victim of lust? Then Shiva, with a smiling face, he said, "You see, Parvati, you are thinking that actually I was controlling my senses. No, it was the Lord who is sitting inside me. He was controlling my senses. That's why I could control Cupid. I could control my lust. But now that same Lord has appeared in front of me as a woman, how can I control myself? So this shows that Shiva can never be bewildered by any material lust, but he will be bewildered by spiritual form of the Lord. That bewilderment should be there. If there is no bewilderment, then what is the power of Lord's spiritual form? So that's why he's called Hṛṣīkēśaḥ. Then Shiva establishes that point. He says hṛṣīkēśāya namaha, that my Lord Krishna was actually controlling my senses. It was not me who was controlling my senses. So it's called hṛṣīkēśaḥ. Even in Dhruva Stuti, we can see Yonta Pravishya Mavashimam Prasuptam Sanjeevya Dakla Shakti Dharaswadamna Anyam Hastacharana Shravanatvagadim Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam. When Dhruva had Lord's darshan, he had desire to glorify Lord, but he has no words to glorify because he didn't go to any school. Just directly came from mother to ashrama, to a forest to meditate on the Lord. And then Lord kept his Shanka on the head of Dhruva, and immediately he gained all kinds of Vedic knowledge. And then he says, Yo anta pravishya mamavacha imam prasuptam. You have entered inside me and made me like a living person, like a dead body, becomes alive. In a similar way, all my dead senses have become alive because of you, because you have entered inside me. So that's called hṛṣīkēśaḥ, one who controls, one who manages, one who maintains, one who guides the senses is called Rishikesh.